Hi everyone, this is Daisy Margaret. In this video, we are about to discuss Class 6, Term 2, Unit 1, Heat. This is Part 1 on Unit 1, Heat. Topics to be discussed are Introduction, Sources of Heat, Heat, Hot and Cold Objects. Introduction. We are all familiar with heat. We feel it on our body when the sun shines. We use heat for cooking our food. We reduce the heat by adding ice cubes while preparing fruit juice. So, everyone knows what heat is. We are very familiar with heat. When we go out during a summer, we feel very hot. We feel the heat on our body. Even we use heat for cooking our food daily. We reduce the heat by adding ice cubes while preparing the fruit juice. We have four different sources of heat: sun, combustion, burning, friction, and electricity. First, let us discuss about sun. We all know that the sun gives us light. Does it gives us heat? After standing under the sunlight for some time, touch your head. Does it feel hot? Yes, it feels hot because the sun gives out heat besides light. Now, you can understand why it is difficult to walk barefooted on sunny days in the afternoon. So during summer days, we cannot walk with our barefooted. What is barefooted? Without wearing anything on the feet. Okay, so that is very difficult during the sunny days. It is because the sun gives us light as well as it gives us heat. Next one, combustion, burning. What is combustion? The process of burning something. Okay, the process of burning something like fuels and fossil fuels, that is called as burning. The action of burning. Okay, the process of burning is called as combustion. Heat energy can be generated by burning of fuels like wood, kerosene, coal, charcoal, gasoline or petrol, oil, etc. What is coal? Coal is a black combustible mineral that is taken from the rock, that is taken from the earth. Charcoal is the one which is made by man. In your home, how do you get the heat energy to cook food? So, heat energy is the result of the movement of tiny particles called as atoms, molecules, or ions in the solid liquids and gases. So, heat energy they can be transferred from one object to the another. So, in your home, how do you get heat energy to cook food? Heat energy is also called as thermal energy. Okay, thermal energy is heat. It is used to cook food. It converts the electric potential energy to thermal energy. An electric stove, it converts an electric potential energy to thermal energy. That's how we get heat energy to cook food. Friction. Rub your palms for some time and then hold them to your cheeks. How do you feel? We can generate heat by rubbing two surfaces of some substances. In the past, people used to rub two stones together to light fire. What is friction? It is a rubbing. Okay, action of one surface or object rubbing against the another surface or object, that is called as friction. So when you rub your palms for some time and then when you hold them to your cheeks, you will feel the heat, isn't it? Yes, we can generate heat by rubbing the two surfaces of some substances. That's why in the past the people used to rub the two stones together and they created fire. To light the fire, they will be rubbing two stones so that due to friction they can have fire. Electricity. When electric current flows through a conductor, heat is produced. We know what a conductor is, isn't it? A substance or electricity that allows heat to go through it is called as conductor. When electric current flows through a conductor, heat energy is produced. The water heater, iron box, electric kettle, etc. work on this principle. So, not only water heater, iron box, or electric kettle, we use many other appliances which work on this principle. Heat, already we discussed about heat. Heat energy, it is the result of the movement of tiny particles called atoms, molecules, ions in solids, liquids, and gases. They can be transferred from one object to other object. We can discuss more elaborately on heat. Molecules in objects are constantly vibrating or moving inside objects. We cannot see that movement with our naked eye. When we heat the object, this vibration and movement of molecules increases and temperature of the object also increases. So we very well know that the heat energy is the result of movement of tiny particles, but we cannot see them with our naked eye. So we heat the object and this vibration and movement of molecules increases and the temperature of the object also gets increased. Thus, heat is an energy that raises the temperature of a thing by causing the molecules in that thing to move faster. So, you can see here in the picture we have cold water and hot water. In cold water, the molecules they are moving slowly and the movement in the water is very normal. And when we give heat to the molecules or when we supply heat to the water, what happens? The heat energy it raises the temperature so that the molecules will move faster, they will vibrate faster. From this, it is clear that heat energy raises the temperature of a thing by causing the molecules in that thing to move faster. Hope you are understanding better. Can you think of what are the sources of heat that we discussed? The sources of heat are sun, combustion or burning, friction, and finally electricity. So, heat is not a matter. We know what a matter is. Matter is something that occupies space and that has mass. So, heat is not a matter. It doesn't occupy space. It has no weight. So, like light, sound, and electricity, heat is a form of energy. In short, heat is the total kinetic energy of constituent particles of objects. So, what is kinetic energy? It is possessed due to motion. Hence, heat is defined as the total kinetic energy of constituent particles of objects. The SI unit of heat is joule. So, what is the unit of heat? Joule. So, heat is not a matter, it is a form of energy. We can use one more term. The unit calorie also used for heat. The unit calorie is also used. The next topic we are about to discuss is hot and cold objects. In our day to day life, we come across a number of objects. Some of them are hot and some of them are cold. We use the tip of our finger to find out whether the tea in a cup has enough heat to drink or whether the milk has been cooled enough to set for making curds. So, in our life, we come across a number of objects and we know the tea is hot and we know the ice cream is cold, isn't it? We use our tip of the finger to find out whether the teacup has enough heat to drink. And also, we will be doing this for the milk to check out whether it has been cooled to make curds. Measuring temperature by touching is not correct. Thermometers are used to measure temperature accurately and quantitatively. Already we have discussed about thermometers in the measurement. You very well know that for measuring temperature we need thermometers. So if we have thermometers we can measure the temperature accurately and quantitatively. Summary of the video, we discussed about introduction. We learnt about the sources of heat such as sun, combustion, friction and electricity. Then we learnt about heat. We learnt the unit of heat is joule and also calorie can be used, and we saw that heat is not a matter, it is a form of energy. And finally, we discussed about hot and cold objects, and this is to be continued. The next part of the video will be the continuation of this. Hope that you understood the concept. Please do like, share, and support. And of course, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell button. Thank you for watching.